There was a driver named Old Kui in our precinct. He had served as a transport soldier in Tibet before being reassigned to our bureau as a driver. One time, while drinking with him, he told me this perplexing story. Old Kui's uncle was also a driver in Tibet back then. On one long-distance trip along a deserted dirt road, where there wasn't a soul for hundreds of miles, his uncle spotted an elderly man lying by the roadside. In those days, people were more trusting and helpful to strangers in need, so his uncle immediately pulled over. Getting out, he saw it was an elderly lama, likely in his 70s, dressed like a pilgrim. In Tibet, it's common to see devout monks making the arduous journey to Lhasa, prostrating every few steps as an act of faith. The old lama was barely conscious, so his uncle quickly gave him some water and dried provisions from his supplies. After eating, the lama regained some strength. When his uncle asked where he was pilgrimaging to and offered him a ride, the lama declined. He explained he'd been caught in a sandstorm the day before and became exhausted. The lama insisted on continuing his journey on foot, perhaps to complete his pilgrimage properly. Respecting his wishes, his uncle gave him more food and water before turning to leave. Just then, the lama stopped him and said, "I have nothing to repay you with now, but in 10 years, I'll give you a chance at rebirth." Puzzled, but not dwelling on it, his uncle continued his journey. Years later, his uncle fell seriously ill. Hospital tests revealed advanced cancer that surgery couldn't help, so he was sent home to rest. As his condition rapidly deteriorated, the family quietly prepared for the worst. One night, his uncle dreamed vividly of rescuing that lama a decade earlier. Hearing again the words, "In 10 years, I'll give you a chance at rebirth." Waking at dawn, he suddenly understood. He urgently instructed his family that if he died, they must wait 3 days before burial, contrary to local custom of burying the deceased within 2 days. Soon after, he passed. Doctors confirmed no pulse or breathing. Following his wishes, the family kept his body in the courtyard house instead of burying it. On the second night, they noticed the shroud moving miraculously. He had resumed breathing. After another day of recovery, he woke and could speak again. Doctors were astonished when summoned, having clearly confirmed death earlier. Months later, at a follow-up, they found his tumors had completely disappeared. This became local legend. Hearing this, it proves the saying, "One good deed brings its own reward." I joked with Lao Kui about the irony of a nearly dead lama granting rebirth. He cautioned me not to underestimate lamas. Perhaps it was all some spiritual test. Who really knows?